Welcome to the Howard Podcast.
No, welcome back. Welcome back to the Howard Podcast. No.
Welcome back to the Howard Podcast. I'm with this dickhead, also
No.
a close friend, Keegan.
Bro, you gotta do it like professionally.
Oh, you can't see that. Welcome back to the Howard Podcast.
Howard.
Fuck. You do it, bro.
Welcome back to the Howler Podcast. I'm joined here with my co-host and good friend Brady. Brady, what socks you got on today?
Oh, I got some odd socks. Fucking Space Invaders.
He's got some.
Can't get that.
He's got some Space Invaders on
Yeah, got some
the left
people.
foot, on the
Yeah.
left foot, on the right foot.
The left one. This one's got the pride flag on it for some reason. And then this one's you got the title here. It's backwards for some reason. This one calls Invaders socks.
Oh, well, you actually got them low key matching.
yeah.
Well, they're not matching, but you know what I mean.
They're not like the same one, but they're like kind of matching. Same from the same box. So yeah, what's this crazy story then you were telling me about? Fuck.
Well, I got this mate, called Connor. You know Connor. You know he got falsely accused of sexual assault.
Really?
You don't know?
No?
Oh, it happened a while ago.
What?
Yeah, I swear, I was, Preston was in the car and he was going, you know Connor got accused, he sexually assaulted a girl. I said, no, it's a lie. You don't remember that? Okay, well, basically he got falsely accused of sexual assault.
Was that when we were going to Grandad's?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But the point is, yeah, he got falsely accused of it. And the police were sorting it and the police closed the case. Right?
Police actually got involved. Fucking hell.
Yeah, police got involved with it. And then she kind of started spreading it around Fordham.
Yeah.
Started telling people about it. And then she put posts on social media.
Who was it?
A girl called, I'm not going to say her name. I'll tell you after. Let's just call her Katie for now. Yeah. So Katie makes a post on social media. She goes, I got sexually assaulted by Connor Gammon, says his name. Yeah. Says his name. She gets a bunch of views off the video.
Really?
Yeah.
How many?
10k.
Fuck.
Yeah, she doesn't at him or anything. But she says what town she's from. He's from. And
Doxed him.
not docs, because it wasn't the actual location, but it was the town.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's like, oh, he sexually assaulted me. And the thing is, right, I see this video, I tell him about it. He's like, yeah, I've seen it, bro, this is crazy. All right. And I go, well, what are we doing? He's going, I'm telling the police. I'm like, no, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but the thing is, this is going to take probably months to sort. And by then, people are going to forget about it and you're just going to be remembered. Like, he was getting threats, you know, the people messaging him going, oh, we're going to jump you.
You're going to surprise.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So I'm like, okay, this can't run.
Yeah.
I make a video.
Really?
I make a video. I stitch the video. I respond to her. I go. It was on TikTok, by the way. I go, you fucking bitch. I start off. I go, you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, right, because the account I made it on had 2 followers, I was like, okay, I can't be calm. I've got to be angry if I want this to get views. So I did. I was shouting and fucking going, you fucking bitch. You're lying about it. He broke up with you, and then you're just trying to get back at him and sexually assault him, right?
Yeah.
And then my video
Yeah.
blows up. Right?
Oh my.
You got 40k views.
Yeah.
And bro, the amount of comments I was getting, all the love, the support was crazy. You know what I mean? And the thing is, because I've done content creation quite a bit, I knew what to say to get people's attention.
Yeah.
I knew how I could make this work. Because the thing is, right, I've in a weird way, bro, I've been looking at YouTube beef, internet beef since Leafy is here was a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've indirectly studied this. It's so hot in here, bro. I've studied this shit. I know how the fuck this works, okay? So I'm like, listen, let me make a video about this. And he's like, no, don't do that. I'm like, no, I need to. All right? If the police say anything about it, you could just say, oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I told him not to and he did it. And he's like, okay, fine. Yeah, I make the video. At first I got a few views and a little bit more, and then it just fucking shot up in views. And I was like, okay. She started getting so much hate. She's getting mad, like, and then she made but the thing is, right, she was arguing in the comments. She made another video responding to it.
Yeah.
She did like a story time type thing. And the thing is, she kept contradicting herself. That's it, because no one had any evidence.
Yeah.
But I said to Connor, I'm like, keep letting her talk, because she's gonna keep contradicting herself, because we know she's lying.
Yeah.
Right, I knew she was lying. I didn't have any evidence, but like, you know, I've known Connor for years, right?
Yeah.
And no disrespect to him, it's pretty easy to tell when he's lying. When he told me the story, I was like, yeah, this guy's telling the truth. And he told me a lot of personal shit that I'm not going to share here.
Yeah.
But he told me a lot of personal stuff. That made me go, yeah, this bitch is chatting shit.
Was it that U-boat girl?
No.
Oh.
It wasn't a girl on you, but it's a girl on Ely.
Oh, right.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah. And, yeah, so I made the video saying she's chatting shit, and then she makes the video back. She said that also there were 9 other girls, or 6 other girls that got sexually assaulted by Connor. If you're calling me a liar, you're calling them all a liar. And everyone replied to that comment, because she made a comment saying that, and everyone replied to that. I'm like, how? If there was 6 people, this guy would be locked up.
Yeah.
So people were like, yeah, you're chatting shit. And she kept contradicting herself. I can't think of examples off the top of my head. I'll show you the video later. But long story short, my brethren was getting all the love. She was getting all the hate. In the video, I had the Tesco poster in the background. So for some reason, got engagement, bro. Honestly, I did well. And then, you know, the thing is, when I made the video, it wasn't the first video I made. I made one before. I was like, oh, do you want me to upload this? And he said no. But then I looked back on the video, I was like, I'm not aggressive enough. This isn't gonna go viral. So I made it like bare aggressive.
Fucking hell. That's actually fucking mad. I
Yeah.
didn't know that happened.
Yeah. And then she privated her account. Because she had to. She couldn't.
Yeah.
But it was such a fun thing to watch unfold, because she probably thought she could make the video trying to ruin this guy's life. She was going to get nothing for it. She was just going to get bare love, bare support, you know.
And just all backfired.
Yeah.
That's what you need not to do. You don't private your account in a controversy, but otherwise it's just going to make it worse.
Yeah.
And yeah.
She got bare love, bare support. And on one time it was looking peak for Connor, right?
Yeah.
It was looking like, oh shit, he's getting so much hate. Like everyone was on her side, and then everyone switched. And then because she thought she could get away with it, and then she started getting hate. It was like, oh my god, it's so fucking good, man. You don't understand. Like, there's so much fun to watch the whole thing unfold. So she privated her account. My video got taken down at around about the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's annoying because the shit was blowing up, and it was like, and it was like, I look back on it, 100 more, 100, okay, now 1,000, okay, and then, you know, I go back every 10 minutes, it gets 10k views, and it was just going like that with views. I was like, oh my god, this thing might get 100k at this rate.
Yeah.
Might even get 1 million.
Could pull some clips from this and re-upload it.
Maybe. But then she, the video got taken down, which was really annoying.
Yeah.
Really pissed me off. But it is what it is. But that happened, and Connor, he you know, we talk about it afterwards. He goes, bro, I love you. You don't realize you saved me, bro. You're right about that video. You've saved me, man. He's like, thank you. His mum comes on the phone. Kagan, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even his mum was like, thank you. That video is the best thing I've ever seen. And yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah. He's won the court case and he's won public opinion now. So that's what I said. Because I had to make that video, and people were rightfully making comments like, why are you being so confident about it? You don't have any evidence?
Yeah.
But I had to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, the right thing to do would have been to be calm and like civil about it, and I wanted to do that, but then no one would have engaged with the video. So that's why I did what I did, and yeah.
Hell.
That's what it was, and now he's clear. And yeah, it was fucking funny story, man. Honestly, I got an internet controversy accidentally.
Fucking
But I literally know. I was like, okay, he's calling him sexual. He doesn't realize his friend knows how the internet works. I will know how to make a video clapping back. So that's what I did. But anyway,
goofy on plane.
Close the door. We'll get too much outside noise.
Oh, fuck.
You got a fun thing to tell me about by any chance?
Alright, I've got 2 things. One, my step-aunt is now watching our podcasts.
Really?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Tracy.
Hello, That's my mum's name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Wait.
What? No. Yeah, anyway, she watches it. And then she agrees with me about the water's wet. I think that one's her favourite episode.
Fuck you, Tracy. What do you mean? Water is not fucking wet. Did I upload that video?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that wasn't. That one was a fully fledged one instead of the
Okay.
clips. But yeah, water
I'm
is
joking.
wet.
I'm joking, Tracy. Thank you for watching. Anyway.
Water is wet.
Mm.
Right, now for the big one. Shrooms. Right.
Magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
From Tesco's, we ate some healthy mushrooms.
Yeah.
He did.
From
I didn't.
Tesco's.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
What'd you see?
it's nothing visual, right? It was just all. It started out fine. Everything was just a bit load of contrast and saturated, and then it started to get a bit weird when you left to go and get some stuff from the Tesco's.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the cars coming in and out. They were like, ooh.
The guy spawning in and out.
Yeah, in and out the fucking van. People spawning in behind us. Oh, it was weird, right? And then it just went downhill, obviously. And then
By the way, when I went to this Tesco's, I had a shit in the Tesco's. I came out and I fell over. I spent a lot of time in the Tesco's looking for gum. And I realised when I was in the Tesco's, I was like, oh my god, I left these lot for too long in the car. This is not a good
it's
idea.
Louis.
Oh my God. Is it actually?
Yeah.
He lives in Burwood, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's crazy. This
funny,
guy we work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking.
He's always got that fucking high vis on, doesn't he?
Yeah. Fucking. But when I started to come down from it, something started to click for me because like the mushrooms and my actual sober self were fighting. Like.
Felt like they were going to war.
Literally, I was like, half of my brain was like, I need to go to sleep. I got work tomorrow.
This is when you were home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my other brain was just not having it. The other half was just not having it. I just kept tripping the fuck out, and eventually I just threw it all up. But like,
Throwing up is a disgusting thing, but it is also such a great thing.
yeah, I was throwing up for a good hour though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It just, it was horrible. But I come to the conclusion of it, right? Because magic mushrooms are like a fungus, right? In it, they're mushrooms. I think this is just a theory. I don't know if this is true or not. I think the mushrooms just fully take control of your brain.
Right.
Like just fully, just take
Infect
over it.
it.
Yeah. Just like fucking like zombies, but it's just the mushrooms just in your head, and
Maybe.
you're not really in control.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when I was in the come down, that they were fighting for each other. I was like, well, fuck. It's just like the mushrooms are like trying to fight for control, and it was just weird. I hated it so much, and it felt like this is also why I'm never gonna do them again.
Is it quite a difficult thing to explain?
Yeah, it is.
I can tell you're trying, but it's quite like.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain, but like it just felt like the mushrooms just took over, and I wasn't myself. It was just mushrooms, and yeah, fucking
Tesco's needs to call a ban on them.
yeah,
They're
innit?
really cool or something.
They were bad. Oh, that's why I'm never gonna do them again, because it just felt like
Yeah.
it felt like it was the mushrooms controlling me.
He was planning on doing them on his birthday as well.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
thing you did them before, so you realised that's not what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that was shit. Absolutely shit.
Yeah. So you were thrown up for an hour, but when you left the toilet, you felt. Did you
It
feel
was
sober?
gone. It was all gone. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing with throwing up. So last weekend I drank a lot. We were watching the football. I drank so much and I went way over my limit. But the thing is, you throw up and it just feels so much better.
Mine wasn't instantly though, because it was
Mine
like,
pretty much was. It's so weird. Like I wasn't completely sober, but I felt a lot more sober.
So the first time I was sick, only a little bit of mushrooms came out.
Mm-hmm.
The second time, I think all of them came out, but it was like I was still affected by it for some reason, and it was weird as well, right? Because in the toilet you could see the mushrooms, and the sick was just black, pure black, and I don't know what the fuck that's about. So that also leads to me that the mushrooms were taken over.
Do you reckon that was actually black, or you just?
I think it was.
I hope
genuinely
so.
think it was.
You really think it was black?
Yeah.
Really?
But I hope it was just the mushrooms.
Let's hope that is the case. That it's just a mushroom.
Yeah, but it was horrible. But
How much came out? How much came out?
Quite a bit.
A
Yeah.
lot. All right.
Fucking yeah. The second time, all of it came out, but I was still affected. And then I went in my room because I thought all of it came out. Right. I thought I was gonna be fine. I was sitting there. 10 minutes later, I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna be sick again," because I look on my phone to see if I was still like under the effects, right? And then I put on this video. Everything was so saturated. I'm like, "Fuck, I'm still affected." And then I go back in the toilet because I feel it coming back up again. And I just sit there for a good half an hour, and then eventually, again.
Isn't it such a gift?
And then I was fine.
Isn't it such a biological gift that your body gives you a warning when you're about to throw up?
Yeah.
When your mouth starts getting bare watery, you know, it's like, okay, now you've got like 40, 50 seconds to get to somewhere where you can throw up. It's such a nice thing that, you know, that's something that can happen.
It was weird with the mushrooms though, because it was pending. It was like, I felt it coming. It felt like it could go any second, but it just wasn't. So, coming back from my reason that mushrooms just take over you, I think it was the mushrooms trying to keep it down. You know, and just keep me under the effects. That's what I hate it so much. I'm never touching that shit again, ever. But yeah, that was my first time doing mushrooms.
That's
But
that.
it was fun at the beginning, but the calm down, no.
You just get to a point you're like, I want this to end.
Yeah. I fucking tanked the shit out of it though. Fucking 2 hours sleep, worked the next morning, drank a Red Bull, almost passed out my jump, but I fucking smashed it. Got home, fell asleep instantly.
That's how it is, man. Look at this guy.
Ooh. Is that the fucking...
The one-wheel
Yeah.
skateboard thing, yeah. That's what that is. So you going to us?
That's an old geezer as well. Fucking hell, he's actually slick with it.
He's rapid.
Fucking hell.
That's actually cold as fuck. you
Yeah.
know? That's really cool. Basically, what we just saw is one of the skateboards with one wheel, like one big wheel in the middle of it. And yeah, he's just cruising. This guy looked like in his 60s, just cruising.
Yeah, 60s, 50s.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. He was killing it, bro. I would not be able to do that. I would fall off instantly. So props to that guy.
Yeah.
If somehow he finds the video, hello.
Yeah. Could you imagine? All right. Who would be your dream guest to have on this podcast?
Snoop Dogg.
I thought you might say that. You know, okay. Obviously, the reasons are pretty obvious, but go on.
Yeah.
Go on, explain.
It's just Snoop. He's elite. It's just.
You know,
Who wouldn't?
I think he's like
have him podcast. You know, just have him here, smoke a joint with him. Fucking yeah, that would be the calmest thing ever.
I think he's like top 10 most famous people, at least in the West. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dream. Okay, dead or alive, by the way.
What, dead or
alive.
Hitler.
Hitler.
Can't put that in.
He can't speak English though.
Yeah, we're just funny in the back, innit?
So I would like to talk to Bruce Lee. I think
He's dead.
Yes, died ages ago. Jackie Chan's still alive. It's Bruce Lee that's dead.
Oh right, yeah.
I would love to talk to Bruce because you know me with martial arts, right? I would love to talk to him about, you know, fighting.
Yeah.
You know he was like the first mixed martial artist, right?
What did he do?
Everything.
What, literally everything?
Well, not everything, but he was the first guy to go. Because it used to be back in the day, you either just did boxing, or just did karate, or just did kickball, or you just did Muay, or you just did wrestling, or you just did judo.
Yeah.
He was the first guy who was like, oh, all these teachers would go, my martial arts best, my martial arts. He was the first guy to go, no, if you want to be the best fighter there is, you need to learn a broad, you know what I mean? And he was right, because you look at the UFC today, you look at MMA, you can't go in just knowing boxing. You can't go in just knowing wrestling. You have to know everything. You have to, you know what I mean? That's how it is. You can't go in just knowing what, there's not just one. Like, I do think there are some martial arts that are better than others.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them are completely useless, right? A lot of people think judo is useless, right? If you go into the MMA just knowing judo, you get fucked because you can't strike, you can't wrestle.
Yeah.
But knowing how to throw someone is very useful. When you try to take someone down, most people think you go forwards. But in judo, they go backwards. So people don't expect it.
I thought you do a mix of both. Like,
Well, you
go
do- you
forwards,
do
grab
both.
and then go.
You
like,
can do
loose.
both. You can do both, but it's tripping
Right.
and throwing and
Yeah.
and getting their weight to go a certain way. It's useful, and yeah, he was literally the first guy to go. Look, you got to learn everything if you want to be useful. You know, that's what he did. And he actually predicted UFC would happen.
Really?
He predicted that one day there's going to be a fighting championship, right? Like the UFC. There's going to be an MMA championship, and people are going to realize that there's no such thing as one martial art that's better than the other. You got to know everything.
Yeah.
That's what he said. That's what people are going to realize, and that's what happened. You know, because you know when the UFC started, right? It was what happens if karate goes up against Muay Thai? What if kickboxing goes up against boxing? That's what it was in the start.
Yeah.
And some won, some didn't win. But what they realized is that when this guy called George St. Pierre came along and he learned everything, he destroyed. He was like arguably the greatest fighter of all time,
Yeah.
and that's when people realized, oh shit, you have to know everything.
What's your thoughts on kickboxing then?
Kickboxing,
Yeah.
I've never done it.
But like, I find it quite weird because it's just using your legs, isn't it? A little bit of blocking.
I use hands as well.
Yeah, block fucking little bit
Punches.
of bruises.
Yeah.
Fucking, but it's mainly about the feet action.
It's
Isn't
a
it?
50-50.
Really?
Kickboxing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 50-50
I really,
thing.
out of all people, I should know that because my girlfriend used to do it, right? But
Yeah. So back when the UFC started, I sound like Joe Rogan, man, talking about martial arts and shit. But like, back when the UFC started, they did this one martial art versus another. Do you know who won the whole championship?
Who?
Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the Gracie brothers, right? And there's a very valid reason for it because groundwork was not really something that existed before this millennium,
Yeah.
right? Because the thing is, people understand that you punch with a closed fist.
Yeah.
They understand that when someone swings at you, you got to get out the way or you got to block it. People know that. You know, obviously you can get better at it, but people know that.
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu, if you don't know any of it, right,
You're fucked.
it's the equivalent of in boxing doing that. Just slapping. Or do you know what I mean? With open fist. That's what it's like. So when you get these black belts that come along, that have spent probably thousands of hours on the mat wrestling, and you have not done like 1 minute of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
you've never even thought about it, that's why they won. And yeah, it's what got proven. It's like it's so useful, but still, because the game is so well rounded, you can't go in just knowing that, because everyone knows it now.
Yeah.
It's like a core element of it. Yeah.
What's the most useless martial arts do you think then? Obviously all of them are quite useful in their own little way, but
It depends what for. So Kung Fu, right, is more like an art form.
just in like general street fighting, like what would the best,
The best one.
yeah, and what would the worst one be to be in like a street fight
So
scenario?
boxing is very good because in boxing and sparring they get hit hard,
Yeah.
right? So you learn how to take punches very well. It's a very useful thing to learn how to punch, and it depends how the street fight happens. Because if you're on slippery grass, you can't kick. If you're just on grass, you can't kick. If you're in a narrow,
like just
like on a
around it,
basketball court,
yeah.
like, I mean, jiu-jitsu be good. You know, you take them down, you break their arm.
Yeah.
Right, that's a good thing to know as well. But like the most useful, like if you had to know one, it'd probably either be boxing or like wrestling.
What would the worst one to be in that situation then?
So Kung Fu, right,
Yeah.
it's an art form. It's not, you don't really learn how to strike effectively.
All right. Yeah.
It's more like you see they do the backflips, and it's like more like a show. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing. I think maybe judo, because like it's useful knowing how to throw someone, but you can't throw someone if they're punching you in the face. All right.
Yeah, but also if you get on the drop them first with judo, you could just break their neck. Get them, fucking throw them.
Yeah, that's true. That could happen. But also the problem with judo is that they train in a gi. Right, so you can grab onto them. You
Yeah.
can't always do that in the street. Like you see people in the street, like take their shirts off.
Yeah.
Right, so you can't grab onto them like that. But yeah, best in the street fight, I would say either boxing or jiu-jitsu, right? The problem with jiu-jitsu though is that there's the obvious people like to say, oh, what if they have a weapon? But that's the same if they're standing up. What if they have a weapon?
Yeah.
If they have a weapon, you run.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's multiple of them, you run, right? But I'm just talking strictly one-on-one, no weapons. Yeah, it's either jiu-jitsu or boxing, on like a basketball court.
Yeah.
That would just make sense. I mean, yeah. But the thing is, the street fighter probably doesn't really fight much. So
Yeah, yeah. And especially for like most street fights will happen like outside a pub or a
Yeah.
bar, and most of the time they're gonna be drunk.
Mhm.
And if you're the sober one as well, and someone's getting bigger, you could just fucking you
The
probably
truth
just
is,
slap them
right,
and they'll go down.
if you
know?
just know a little bit of combat, you'll beat someone who knows nothing. Even if you just done boxing for a week, you'll beat someone. Do you know what I mean? Like
I
most
mean-
people, you know, I literally like, if you just know a little bit of boxing, you will easily destroy anyone who's done nothing.
I did karate for about a month, right,
Yeah.
and I was completely shit at it, so I quit.
Karate's useful. Karate's very useful. There's a fighter in the UFC called Stephen Thompson. He's karate. He's very good.
Yeah, I heard. I saw like, cause what it was in that little area when I was doing it, right? It was the juniors first, like the new juniors.
Karate as a kid is much different to karate as an adult.
Yeah.
Much different.
And then you got the beginner juniors, and then you got the black belt juniors and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then they'll get separated, and sometimes we'll mix them together. Then you would learn like,
I'll be honest. If a kid's
From each other.
if a kid's got a black belt, it's probably a fake dojo.
yeah.
That's the
not-
biggest problem.
You know
with
what I mean?
karate.
Like, what's orange belt? Is that quite high?
I don't know.
Oh.
Depends on the dojo. Some do it differently.
Because I remember in primary school, people like, I think the highest I've seen, I think it's the highest, is rather the orange or green one. And I remember it was a big thing. In my primary school, for some reason, karate was a big thing, and if you got a new belt, you would stand in the front of the assembly with your belt, and it'd be like, oh, congratulate, and all that shit. But I think it was just that primary school that I went to that karate got pushed a bit.
The problem with karate is that there's so many fake dojos. They called Mick dojos, like McDonald's Mick dojos, right? Karate is the worst of it because there's so many. They just handing out black belts to people. You know how long it should? If you do karate, you know how long it should take you to get a black belt?
Fucking years, right?
12 years, 10 years.
Yeah, that's definitely not happened.
Joe Rogan is a black belt in karate. He said he trained like 5 times a week. Most people do one. He did it 5 times a week. It took him 4 or 5 years. Okay, but if you're doing it once a week, it will take you about 10 years, 12 years. All right.
Yeah, to the dojo I went to,
And if they're just handing out black belts, that's how you know it's a fake dojo.
I think they were just doing it for the kids, just handing them out.
It's still
because
fake
I
though. It's still fake though. When I was doing it as a kid, they weren't just giving out black belts to kids.
When it was like the juniors would do it first, but like when we was like all like in the assembly bit, all the adults would come in and then they'll start fighting. All the shit that adults do. Oh, that was fun.
Well, they're like quite hard on each other. Yeah, that's what it is. It's so much different as an adult.
fucking whoosh, fucking grabbing each other, fucking trying to get each other down, fucking oh, it was good.
Yeah.
Fucking that's probably the one highlight from karate, just seeing the adults going at it, like sparring each other. And yeah, I think you're right about the dojo thing, because I remember there were loads of brown belts, but I think like half of the people there also had black belts.
Yeah.
So
It's not.
but they were still fucking quite good. They were like fucking going at each other. But
The great thing about karate is it teaches you timing. Timing is the most important thing in an actual MMA
I
fight.
had a DVD that I got given when I was into karate, and that you was meant to play it and train in your room about. And the whole DVD was about timing. So yeah, and we got told to put that DVD on, practice timing in your room, and practice the punches and the timing.
The thing is, right, you will be surprised by how little power it takes to knock someone out. If you hit them right on the chin, right on the button, and if they do not see it coming, you could probably knock someone out in half power. And it's happened in sparring, right? People have like done head kicks with just like half power, and they've knocked people out because they've caught them when they're moving into it on the chin, and it's knocked them out. You know, they're not trying to knock them out. It's just it's what happens. My dad, he used to do karate. He said one time he was expecting, he put his guard low, so he thought someone was going to go for a head kick.
Yeah.
So he ducked down, but he was actually going for a body kick. His knee hit him and he dropped him.
Yeah.
He knocked him. He didn't knock him out, but he knocked him down. It's like you'll be surprised if you. There's this saying, is the punch that you don't see coming that will knock you out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what karate teaches you. It teaches you timing. Fortunately, it doesn't teach you hands, but that's what Stephen Thompson, the fighter, did. He learned karate and then he learned boxing, and then he was the best striker in his division.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. You got to learn your hands as well. I think this podcast has gone long enough. It's on 30
Yeah,
minutes.
it's 30 minutes. I think that's
Yeah.
a new record.
And the first 5 minutes was you trying to do an intro. But thank you lot for watching this episode. I think we're episode 5 or 6. I can't
One of
remember.
them.
One of them.
What are you going to call this one? One word?
One word. I'll go on random word generator and we'll see what the name of this podcast is going to be. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.